We are here in Way of the Hunter for the first time since release. It's been a while since the release, but we're finally here. Finally got my hands on the game, and we're ready to start our adventure in this game. For those of you who don't know, Way of the Hunter is a hunter simulator, similar to games like The Hunter Call of the Wild, but a little bit more on the realistic side of things. So I know a little bit about the game already. I played through the tutorial, and that gives you a pretty good explanation of everything. And there is an encyclopedia for basically everything that you need to know about the game. We don't have any guns on us. We need to go get some guns. And I think we're going to go ahead and buy a shotgun real quick and try to do this. Hunt 6.61 pounds of pheasant meat, because we'll get a little bit of cash for that as well. So I'm going to go ahead and buy that shotgun and equip it, and then we're going to head down to the field. Alrighty, so head out into the field. We got our shotgun right here. We've got a Remington 870 Wingmaster. It's a 20 gauge semi-automatic. And then I also went ahead and grabbed a Remington, I believe this is a 783. I believe it's chambered in 243 Win, so big enough to take down a deer if we happen to see one, but our main objective right now is to just kill a few pheasants, as many as we need, to get that first quest, I guess, or objective they call it, done, and get a little bit of money in our pockets so we can look at what we really need here. And it looks like we've got a decent-sized herd of deer out there. And oh, it actually looks like there's some even closer. We've got whitetail right here. Oh, there's a buck. A 3-star adult. Okay, now, here's where my understanding of, like, genetics and stuff comes in. I'm pretty sure, so if we can look at the life cycle, but I'm fairly certain that it goes young, adult to mature. So yeah, so young is 1 to 3, adult is 4 to 6, and then mature is 7 to 12. Does that change from... Okay, so it varies from species to species. Right now, if that deer is an adult, at 3-star, I think that guy is going to become a 4 or 5-star. Take a shot on that one right there. Okay, it looks like he's kind of got his head down. He's kind of stumbling a little bit. I think we got him pretty good. So what we'll do is we'll drop a marker over towards where we shot him, and then we'll look back later. Now those up there, I think, are mule deer.
Which are a bit different. Mostly the rifles, they have kind of more... They're more like vertical instead of horizontal. Just like out, it goes up. And I think it's picking up 0 points just because... Oh, there are rifles out there. I just won the calls, so you'll get it. Actually, that one, now that I think about it. But I don't see any mature. It looks like most of these young. Adult female, one female, it looks like most females. I'm not sure, so I know in Call of the Wild, if you shoot a male, whatever, it'll respawn as a male. And if you shoot a female, it'll respawn as a female. But I don't know if that's the case in this game. It looks like the herd is like almost all female. So I'm thinking that maybe it's kind of a little bit of a shot, and I'm pretty comfortable with that. I think you can make it.
I just take out my rifle here and zero it up towards about 200. That's about how far away they are. And then we just find one that has a nice broadside angle. I don't want to rush the shot. Kind of want to chill for a second. Ooh, that looks far back. Gotta put a second one in him. Maybe a third. Oh, nope. Looks like he's got his head down now. Okay, we'll drop a tracking marker this time so that our marker doesn't disappear over here. We'll grab this zone. These kind of like more like brown areas on the ground are zone indicators. And then what we can do is we can sit here for a second, and it should highlight some stuff. Looks like it might be over here. Oh no, there's just another zone indicator. We should be able to find the blood splatter from where we shot the deer just a second ago initially, and it should tell us if he survived or if he died and how far he ran. That's him right there. We just... don't think I got him. Small game are highlighted with a little yellow indicator above them. And it does look like he's not dead. And then we're going to find both the deer we shot. Oh, look at that. Perfect. Okay, pink blood with air bubbles. I'm going to go this way, because I think where I actually hit him initially should be over here somewhere. Here we go. So, you can see, pink blood with medium amount of air bubbles, and the impurities are air bubbles. So, pink medium amount of blood with air bubbles. So, the animal expires slower, and it might be further away. I typically, as long as it says that it expired, I don't really care how long it takes. But you can look at the blood, and you can kind of see that it's going in like a line. So we'll follow that line. We'll look for another one. And you can kind of see that there's a big glob right here, and then it kind of like dots off in this direction. So that means that he's running this way. And you can just keep on finding each blood indicator and just walk in that direction until you see another one.
And then you can do this all the way. And if you ever get lost, what you can do is stop moving for a second, and your hunter sense will activate again. And then you can see this little yellow path that is highlighting all the blood indicators. So we can just kind of follow this path out this way. And we can see that our deer is right here. So something I would recommend doing.
Every time you shoot an animal, deer, whatever it is, if it doesn't drop instantly, kind of mark where you shot it so that you can look in that area for the initial impact point, and then you can find the blood trail from there. It makes it way easier. So I highly recommend that every time you shoot an animal, you just drop a marker, and just in case it doesn't drop instantly, so that you have that marker there. Let's go ahead and claim this animal. Let's try to get one of these pheasants. So we've got him at about 80 to 100 yards out. So let's get the shotgun out. Now, once again, I'm pretty sure they only spook when you're like really close to them, or you're running right next to them. And if they do spook, they don't fly very far away. So, oh, look at that. Perfect. That's more perfect. Okay, I'm going to drop. You can hit, I believe the default button is F, I want to say, or X, I think actually. I think it's X. The default button to drop a marker is X, but I changed mine to T, so I'm hitting T. You should just hit X, I believe. But we're going to come back to that, so I'm going to drop that marker on it so I know where it is, and then we're going to come back to it, because I want to, there's actually a pheasant right there. I think we got him. Try to maybe hit one on the run. Yeah, I don't think so. But we saw where exactly where that one landed, so we're going to go get him. This is... Whoa. Okay, so I didn't expect that, but that actually makes a lot more sense. This is exactly what it would really look like. It's just a ton of holes in that bird. That's interesting with all the whoa. That's really cool. That is awesome. Looks like one or two of them hit the brain. Anyways, we've got so this is something. So like this would have probably been a 5-star pheasant if we had let it go and come back to it after a couple in-game days, or if we just kind of hunted around for a few hours in real time and then came back, it would probably have been either adult or mature and into that 3 to 4-star range. So that sucks, but it's not a huge deal. Of course, it's a pheasant. It's a small animal. I'm not too worried about getting 5 stars for small animals. Let's move over here. Got a pheasant. It says about 60 yards out, so like right under this tree, I believe. It is talking a lot. Is that it? I think I just saw something move over there. Oh, maybe that? I think it's right there, maybe. Oh, no, actually. It's over here. Oh, okay, yeah. So it's right there. Alright. So what we can do, we can just pull out the shotgun, aim right about there. You can still see it, actually. See the blood splatter. That means that we did in fact hit, and one hit is enough to take out the small game, so good deal. That is another one down. This is a better one to take out. Still young, but that's alright. Still a better one to get out of there than what we were taking out the first shot. Still can't... Oh, there it is. We see it now. Let's take him out with the shotgun. And got him. Nice. Alright, this one's actually a different kind of like fur. It still says common right up in this top left. Under the name, you can see the if it has a rare fur variation, it'll say melanistic, albino, whatever. It just says common, so it is common. And I think only a few animals have rare fur variations. But that is mission completed. So let's go find our deer, and then we'll head back to the lodge, get the next mission, I assume, but it says to pick up mail from the mailbox. So we'll see what that's about. And then we will we'll probably wrap up the episode there, depending on what the next mission is, I guess. We'll see if it'll be quick or not. Nothing? Is that it right there? Yeah, I think that is it right there. We've got mule deer eating often, and we've got our doe, I believe, right? Oh, nope, it's a buck. Another whitetail, and yep, so that shot was very far back going into the lungs, but it did hit both, so that's surprising. So here's another thing. Once again, you can see this shot missed the ribs. It went in between, which is ideal. And you can see it hit one lung right here with good enough. This is just a smaller caliber. That's why the hit energy is kind of low. It'll hit the animal and it'll lose a lot of energy very quickly. But you can see it hit the first lung just fine. And then as it went through the second lung, right about here, it was going a lot slower and outside of the recommended hit energy, which causes it to not do as much damage. Second shot, missed bones, did in fact hit intestines, so that's where the red blood came from. And as for, for shooting it twice, and one of them not being a vital hit, I'm assuming if I shot it twice in the vitals, I think we would still have 5-star, but we get 4-star there. It was a good one to take out, but it was young. I don't think we actually scoped this one out just because they were starting to move away, so I just took whatever broadside I had. But look for the smallest buck. We lost 20 or almost 30 pounds of meat, so that's probably from the intestine shot, which is kind of a real thing. If you shoot a deer in the intestines, typically, sometimes, depending on what caliber you use, I guess if you use a really small caliber, it wouldn't necessarily happen as much, but sometimes you can see like the intestines will start to like fall out of the animal actually as that wound kind of opens up more. It's very unfortunate. So we did lose quite a bit of meat. Otherwise we would have had about $140, but we end up with 109. So that's not too bad. That's all the animals that we shot out here though. So let's go ahead and fast travel back up to the Bear Den Ranch and check the mailbox for our next quest, I assume, or maybe it's our payment in the mailbox from shooting those pheasants. I hope it's a paycheck. Please tell me it's a paycheck.
Dear River,
okay,
I've already told you 1,000,000 times, but I'll say it 1,000,000,000. Thank you so much for helping me with Bear Den Ranch. Restaurants always place their orders with me by email. I think you wrote down my email password when you visited me in hospital. I don't trust the Postal Service enough to write it down here. I couldn't be happier to hear that you started hunting again, despite your father's disapproval. You're an adult now. You can make your own decisions. When he found out you were hunting with me as a kid without permission and forbid you to ever visit me again, it broke my heart forever. So in a medical sense, this will help to heal the physical scars that share my heart tissue with the metaphorical ones. Do you remember Hollywood, the little fawn you named when we saw him no older than a few weeks? Well, that muley is an old gentleman now, and unfortunately he has abnormal antlers just like his father. It's a genetic trait that would spread further. I have one request. Taxidermy him for this nostalgic old man and put him right next to his father in the lodge. He is the only trophy I left there. The rest I had my friend Bustin' Dustin move to a bigger place. Do you believe there's such a thing as too many trophies? I'll pay for this taxidermy, but for any others, you will have to save your own money. P.S. I wanted to shoot him many times, but every time my finger froze on the trigger because I think of him as yours. P.S. 2. I have so little to do at the hospital, I decided to draw a little present for you. It's a comic story about the summers you spent in Nez Perce Valley as a kid. I decided to draw some situations we never talked about, and perhaps it'll be easier this way. Maybe you completely forgot about some. Maybe some still linger in you the same way they do in me. Expect more. Your loving Grandpa.
I know that there's a comic section in your tab menu. It's somewhere, I think it's under character, there's a comic section. So I don't think we're going to play this now. I think we'll... Oh, okay, it's going to start playing. We're just going to skip that. And I think it's under... Encyclopedia? Yeah, Encyclopedia comic. Okay, so we can play this again. So we'll play that next episode. Thank you all for watching. I'm extremely excited for a second episode. I hope you guys are as well. If you did enjoy, why not subscribe? You know, it's free. You can always unsubscribe later if you don't want to. That's fine. I get it. I'll just stay depressed. It's okay, man. It's okay. No, but in all seriousness, thank you all for watching, taking the time out of your day to watch this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you'll see another one soon. Hopefully, maybe if I don't disappear for another 3 months.